Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. Should you FOMO in? Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and check out the links in the description below for the free Magic Lines Discord as well as the Magic Lines Premium with a nice free trial and a fat discount for you guys. All right, so I've got the Bitcoin chart up here. And those of you guys who've been following me for I don't know, the last month. No, I've been kind of saying the same thing at this point. So ever since we were down here at 85K or so, what I said I was expecting was a move up out of this consolidation, followed by a move down to 74K. And we've put in a nice move yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite the compelling pump, but I'm not really getting on board the FOMO train just yet. And as far as I'm concerned, this is all still going according to plan. So when we take a look at the 2-week chart for Bitcoin, we can see that all of this price action that's happened for quite some time is simply contained within this single 2-week candle. And then this little fractal here is supply. And it will be visible as such if we zoom down to the lower time frames, right? So on the lower time frame, we have this large move down. We've been basically just dumping nonstop since October with nary a pullback, right? So it's not unexpected that we would finally get a little bit of a relief bounce. But I do not think this thing is just going to dump all the way down, leave this naked low here, and then just V reverse back to all-time highs. I don't. I find it highly unlikely. Could it happen? Sure. But trading is a game of probabilities, and especially in crypto, I think you want to be waiting until the probabilities are stacked in your favor. And while it was nice to accumulate a position down here and play for this bounce move, I don't think it's wise to be FOMOing in here with the hopes that this move is now going to go to all-time highs and beyond. And if you don't do it, it's going to leave you behind. Again, could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I will be wrong in the future many times, I'm sure. But this is just my reasoning and my logic behind it. So yeah, I don't like longing with all of this naked, untapped liquidity below us. Like there is just a low here, a low here, a low here, bunch of lows here. This is all basically like trend line liquidity the whole way down, right? So there's a lot of fuel for a fire to come back down the other way if we are to top out in this area. And zoomed out, like I still do think that the main draw is this 74K low. And it seems like a very juicy target to me because there's obviously major liquidity resting below this point. But then there's a bunch of key levels sitting right below us. We've got the prior all-time high at 69K. And then we've basically got all of this demand here. If I zoom in a little more on the 3-day chart and get really micro with this, you can see there's a pretty juicy little demand zone chilling right below 74K that basically gave us this entire pump. And then we front ran it on the way back down. And you'll find often when you front run these areas, price has a tendency to come back to them. So once we do go to 74K, if we do go to 74K, I do think we probably put in a lower high, some sort of head and shoulders thing, and then we go lower that That is still my base case, but I'm very open to the idea that we continue onward and upward after taking this out. I think that would be a sufficient enough pullback / liquidity grab for us to go, to the upside. I just don't really see a lot of strength in the Bitcoin gold chart, and it seems to me that the market has kind of moved on to greener pastures at the moment. So still not sure how much I want to actually trade this move, or I would like to trade this move, but I don't know how much I'm dying to buy a bunch of spot below 70K if I get it. It's probably not a bad idea to buy a little bit, because again, could be wrong, but it just doesn't look like a S tier setup on Bitcoin to me at the moment. That being said, I am not going to sit here and blindly short this move. This is generally an unwise thing to do in crypto. So it's interesting to think about where we could reverse from and what that reversal might look like. The first area you've got to look at is this tiny little fractal here. I'll mark that out. That is significant because if I zoom in on the lower time frame, you're going to see an order block there that created this fair value gap, which we have just tapped into. So there's the fair value gap. There's the zone that created that move. If I zoom into the 4-hour chart, you can see we've got a little demand area there. And we also have a potential swing reversal point here in that we have this prior day's high. So what I would be looking for is to close this candle, or maybe a candle tomorrow, later this week, as a sweep on the daily chart. So right now this would be a sweep, but still early. And when I zoom into the 1-hour chart, I want to see some sort of structure that's been violated, a bearish change in the state of delivery. Ideally, we get a pullback here. We put in a valid low order block on the hourly chart. Price pushes back up, maybe puts in another, taps into here, and then you see the close below the series of up close candles that puts in the high. That's your bearish change in the state of delivery. That to me would be a very interesting short signal, and that would be the type of move I think that could go very quickly and kind of catch a lot of people off guard. I mean, this would be a fairly nasty work by the market makers if they were to push this up like this, get everybody all bulled up, and then use everybody's orders to fill their shorts before dumping it back down. But that is what I suspect is happening at the moment. Curious how this video ages in retrospect. Already putting in some sus price action here. But yeah, that's the short signal for me. That's the general high time frame picture. If this keeps pumping to all-time highs, I'm going to miss it. Well, if it goes all the way to all-time highs, I'll figure out how to get an entry. Where am I wrong is always an interesting thing to think about. On the weekly chart, you can see we've got this weekly candle capping our upside currently. I think a close above 95.8 would be probably I would say a major red flag for me. And then a close above this 99K level or so right here through the imbalance, right? So closing a candle through this 2-week imbalance, that to me would also be an indicator that I'm probably wrong. But until that happens, we're sticking with the original thesis. We think that we are going lower ultimately. So hope you enjoyed the video. As always, this is not financial advice. This is just one man's opinion, one man who is wrong a lot. But that's my logic. And if you agree with it, feel free to follow along. If you like the video, again, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell. Once again, we got the free Discord at the link in the description below. Would love to see you in there. Come in, say hi. See you guys in the next video.